I could stay like this, forever following
So I just wanted to do a quick overview of my Morphe haul, which came in this box right here, Morphe, and had a lot of little guys in it. So I got some brushes and I got a Morphe 350M palette. So I'm going to get started with the face brushes. I'm super excited for these because a lot of people have been saying that these are really good brushes for the price, and I haven't had new makeup brushes in such a long time, so thought it was time for me to upgrade. And these are all brushes that I got that a lot of people enjoy. So these are essentially the best of Morphe. And the reason why I wanted to get brushes that people that are top rated, that people really like and enjoy, is because it's really hard to see online the different brushes. There's so many that are very similar, so I wanted to keep it simple, only get the brushes that are essentially known to be from Morphe. So let's get started with these brushes here. The first one is the Morphe M39 brush, and this one is the Deluxe buffer. So it's M439, and this is how that looks. Really pretty, really dense. I got this one for my foundation. Right now I use either the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush or the little It brush, which is, I believe, the number 101. So compared to the e.l.f. Blending Brush, this is how that one looks. That one's backwards. That's how that looks, and it's a lot denser, so definitely can't wait to try that out. Hopefully that one is nice because I've seen good reviews on that one. So there's that. Continuing on, next I have the E57, and the E57 is the pointed concealer brush. So it looks like a regular foundation brush, but the reason why I wanted to get this one is because I like to pat my concealer in with this. So I usually apply it and pat it on. I don't really use this for foundation because I don't really like the fact that, you know, you're painting foundation on, but I like to put it under my eye and let that sink in and kind of blend it out that way. So there's the Morphe E57. Next we have the Morphe E4, and this one is the angled contour brush. And I wanted to get this one because I like to, when I don't want like a chiseled contour like I usually use with this flat brush right here, and I just want like an all over bronze, I like to pick something up similar to this. So that's what I'm going to use it for. I'm just going to use it for bronzer all over my face. And this one is super, super soft. So that's that one. And last for the face that I picked up is the Morphe M438 brush. This is the pointed contour brush, and I got this because I heard that it's really good for packing powder under the eye and baking your concealer, so I definitely wanted to try it out. I usually use my beauty blender for packing on concealer, packing concealer and baking my concealer, but when I'm not using a beauty blender, I wanted to use this bad boy right here. So that's how that looks. I also got a highlighter brush for the face. This is the M501. This is how that looks. And this is the Pro Pointed Blender. I saw a lot of reviews on this one, and a lot of people said that it's really good for highlighting and it's really good for picking up a highlight. I did put in a little bit earlier so you can see a little bit of my highlight. and I use the Essence Pure Nude. This one is known to be a little bit more, this highlighter is a little bit more natural, which I like because I do work during the day. And I just tapped it on, applied it, and it glows so much better than how I usually would do it with a synthetic brush. So this is really, really nice. It picks up a lot of product and lays it down really nicely. So I like that one. So these are all the face brushes that I purchased from Morphe. There's that. We have 5 of them. Alright, so moving on to the eye brushes. I didn't know, it was really hard to choose online what I wanted, but overall I ended up with a good amount, more than I need. So let's get started on that one. First we have the Morphe E27. This one is, I saw that it would be great for blowing out the crease. So this is the Pro Round blender. And it's actually quite large. It kind of like, it's kind of as big as my concealer brush, which I have here. This is from e.l.f. And it's pretty big, to be honest. It's not like that fat, but it's really big. And so I hope this is not too big for my crease. I really want to use it to blend out like a light crease color, but I'm not going to use it for anything too dramatic or too dark on my lids. So there's that one. And I'm going to also do a photo to compare all of these little brushes because sometimes it's really hard to see the difference essentially. So I'm going to do that. Next I have 2 other crease brushes, and I want to put them together because they look very similar. They have minor differences. This one is the Morphe M441. This one is the Pro Firm Blending Crease Brush, and that's how that looks. It has white bristles. And next up I have the Morphe M330, which is the blending crease brush, and that's how that one looks. So they are quite similar. Here are they next to here are the 2 next to each other. I found that this one right here is a little bit fluffier than this one. This is really great. It's really pointy because so it's essentially a lot better for blending out the crease color that you have going on, and this one's a lot better for like a transition after the E27. So if you essentially wanted to use 3 brushes for an eye look, I would go in first with a full crease blender to put on your transition color, and you can use that same color or go a little bit darker and use the M441 to make it more dense. And then go into your crease with an M330 because this is a little bit more pointed. It's going to be more precise in where you put your crease color, or if you want to blend it out. So next I have the next step, essentially, the Morphe E17, which is the Crease Precision Blender Brush. That's how that one looks right there. This is a lot more dense, and this one is not as fluffy as the other ones, but it's really good for getting in the crease or blending out a crease. And it's still a little bit big for my eyes, so we'll see how that works out. That's that one. Next we have the Morphe M321, which is the Bullet Crease Brush. This one I purchased because I need a smaller bullet brush to do my crease, so I got this so that I can put a darker shade in my crease, and I would probably use either the M330 or the E17, these 2 right here, to blend it out. So unless I want a deeper, darker cut crease and a V shape, I'm probably going to use this one. If I wanted more of a blended out crease color, I'd probably use the E17 right here. So those are those two compared. Alright, so next up I have the Morphe B83. This is a small oval shadow brush, and I got this for packing on color onto my lid. I usually like to pack on light colors on my lid right here, and this one's really dense. It's also very coarse. It feels very coarse, so I mean, I don't know why, but maybe they made it really coarse so that it can pick up colors really well and apply them really well too. So that's the Morphe B83. Next up is a Morphe M508. This one is I believe a smudge brush. This is just a smudger. That one's really tiny, and I would want to use this for my lower lash line if I want to add some darker colors and smudge that out, or if I want to smudge out my eyeliner. Manny MUA recommended this brush to use under the eyes for a quick smoky look, so I can't wait to try that one and smoke out my lash line. And last but not least, this is the Morphe M421 brush. This is a small concealer brush, I believe. Yes, this is the mini concealer brush. And the reason why I have this as like an eye item instead of like a face item is because I want to use this for cutting out my crease. A lot of people have been, you know, using concealer and putting concealer all over their lid right there to cut the crease and chisel it out in order to get a really nice, precise cut crease look. So that's the reason why I got this little guy, is so that I can put concealer on my lids and create a nice cut crease. So these are all of the brushes for the eye brushes that I bought, and that's how they all look together. I am going to add a photo to compare the crease brushes because they are a little bit tricky. They all look the same essentially. So having a nice picture to compare them I think would be really helpful. So those are all the makeup brushes, and I did get a palette like I said earlier, and this is the 350 35 color natural glow eyeshadow palette, and this is what it looks like. I do have the taupe one as well, and I love their shadows. I love like the payoff, and it's really nice. So let's see, this is how it looks. I enjoy the really golden colors, the nice bright beige colors, and the deep warm brown colors, so that's why I picked this one out. And I really want to see how the orange shades work out, because one of, like in the Kylie Jenner palette, one of her middle shades is about like a burnt orange brown color, and I definitely want to try that in my crease and see how that looks. So I might just do a first impression / swatch review on this palette right here to see how that looks. And that is all I have, and that's all I purchased from my Morphe haul. Again, this is the first time I purchased from their company, and the shipping was reasonable. I got it within 1.5 weeks, so it did take a while, but it was definitely worth it because I just really needed new makeup brushes. I have a lot of like old brushes from e.l.f. I mean, these aren't bad, but they're just I just needed to get new brushes, especially new eye brushes, so that I can step up my eyeshadow game. But yeah, if you did find this helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, feel free to comment or ask a question below, and I will answer you as well as I can. So thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.